Last night took a L, but tonight I bounce back. Wake up every morning, by the night I count stacks. Knew that it was real when I hit it, bounce back.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bounce Back Podcast. This is episode 6, The Zion Effect, and I'm sure you know what this is about. I'm your host, Dylan Young, and of course, I have with me Keenan Chafin, James Wilson, and Maxwell Woods came back from hiding after that Tennessee loss. Though Tennessee did lose to Tennessee, or Tennessee lost to LSU.
Tennessee lost to Tennessee. Yeah, they beat themselves. We beat ourselves.
Anyway, welcome to the Bounce Back Podcast. We're glad you can join us. Welcome back. If you're rejoining us, this is the YouTube show, and we're not really a podcast anymore. I guess not.
I still like to think of us as a podcast.
Yeah, we're a video podcast, actually. That's what we are. Yeah. Shout out to all the fans, of course.
Next level.
Of course. So today, on the Bounce Back Podcast, the Zion Effect, of course, we're talking about college hoops and the Zion Williamson injury. What our thoughts are on that. NBA final stretch. Will LeBron James make the playoffs? Will are Lakers going to miss it? We don't know. We'll give you that take. And, of course, Andrew Swann is our lucky guest who got picked randomly on Twitter. He will be joining us via Facetime to talk about LeBron James and why he may be the greatest of all time. And he'll give us his take about that. And, of course, we're going to bounce back to the past. This is a new segment for y'all called Bounce Back to the Past. We're going to bring up two high school basketball mixtapes of Kylie, Irving, and John Wall, compare the two, and just talk about that a little bit. And, as always, we have a 2-minute rundown for y'all. Let's get right into it, y'all. College hoops. Zion Williamson goes down with the injury against North Carolina at Cameron Indoor, and Duke gets blown out. Keenan, what did you see after the Zion?
Blown out's a strong word.
So look, everybody overreacted to this game. North Carolina beat Duke. Like, that's to be expected when you lose Zion in the middle of a game.
Yeah. Middle of the game, it was 30 seconds in.
30 seconds in.
Yeah.
Like, it was the middle of the game. Like, you know, like not
in the mix
of the game. So they struggled for a stretch. Then they come out in halftime and play better defense. They cut it down to about 12.
Yeah.
And then North Carolina just kind of took care of it from there. But I see a lot of people on Twitter overreacting, saying Duke's not going to go far without Zion because they lost that game. And then they come back and beat Syracuse last night, which, I mean, Coach K's the best college coach in the game.
Yeah, arguably one of the best coaches.
Arguably, yes.
Yeah.
Coaching right now.
Yeah, James, go ahead.
We had this talk already. I do think this helps Zion a little bit. Nothing can hurt Zion in the draft stock, really. But them losing him mid-game and then on top of them playing bad kind of took a lot out of Duke's whole we're Duke thing this year. So with him going down and him going out, I think he has all the power in his hands to, do whatever he wants to do at this point.
Right. Zion goes down, and, of course, that's an in-game adjustment you have to make. You run your plays through Zion Williamson as Duke does, right. And he goes down 30 seconds in the game. You have Coach K already has a game plan going into that game, and that the majority of the plays will be ran through Zion. Of course, the in-game adjustment's that's a lot more difficult to make than a practice adjustment. Of course, after they got finished with the game, they made some practice adjustments. Of course, you got to involve Cam Reddish, R.J. Barrett, Trey Jones, just a little more in your game plan, and that's what they were ready for Syracuse. And I think, I agree with you, Keenan and James. I feel like there was an overreaction when Zion went down. It was a little premature. Give it time. Let's see how Duke plays.
Yeah, I think though. I mean, Syracuse wasn't enough for me to prove it to me. Yeah, but
they lost the first time with Zion.
I understand that, but they could also have been. It could also have been because they knew they lost last time. They have to play with the chip on their shoulder. They're not going to lose to the same team twice. Sure. So if they play, I don't know. They play Florida State again. I forgot who they play next.
I'm pretty sure they play Florida State again
They play another ranked.
They play another college team.
They play another ranked. No, I'm saying they play another ranked college team.
Yeah,
that will prove to me that they're. Virginia Tech, thank you.
Thank you, Tyler Britt. Tyler, our fact check man. And
Thanks,
our
Tyler.
Guy, Tyler Britt.
Duke
plays Virginia Tech.
Big shout out right there. So after this Virginia Tech game, I'll honestly really reassess that whole Duke's team and see what they're about.
Yeah. Max, what's your take?
I think it's going to be good for the players on Duke. I think it's going to be good for Duke because I think they're going to continue to win games. Yeah. Because Coach K, he's the greatest player. Yeah, he's the greatest player of all time. No, he's the greatest coach of all time in the college basketball world. And you're gonna have R.J. Barrett still. You still have Cam Reddish, and those guys get to flourish a little bit. even though they still been playing good.
Yeah,
but, Zion, it's the Zion effect.
Right.
He's still been taking all the media, all that stuff.
All respect to Cam and Zion. They did what they were supposed to do. They had
Cam and RJ.
Cam and RJ. Sorry, I said RJ and Zion, didn't I?
Yeah, you said Cam and Zion.
You said Cam and Zion.
All right, continue.
I'm all the way off. Okay. Anyways,
just like all your takes, brother, all the way off.
They did exactly what they were supposed to do. Ignored. And they put together 29, 23 points. Duke's top 2 scorers scored more.
Than
North
in
Carolina.
North Carolina? For sure. I'm just saying it's gonna help. It's going to help the team. Without Zion, they're going to learn how to play without Zion. How the Lakers have to play without LeBron, or how they had to play. They had to learn to play without him.
Yeah.
But
please forgive James Wilson. He's a little bit tired. He just got back from back-to-back track meets up there in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. You talk about, he's an athlete, gets right off the bus, comes right over here to record the show with us. So
we do appreciate it.
He's got much love for you all out
there.
Let me ask you all this. We know this doesn't really affect Zion's draft stock at all.
Yep.
Right.
But what does this do for Cam Reddish and RJ Barrett?
If they do well, it goes up. If they do bad, it goes down.
I think this has more reliability on Cam than RJ.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, wow. I think that right there, the reason what he just said, if they do good, he goes up.
Cam's better than RJ.
I think Cam's better than RJ. No, I think Cam.
What?
I really do. I think Cam has more potential than RJ Barrett.
Yes.
I think RJ will translate into the NBA the smoothest out of all.
I think RJ could have went straight to the league, and Cam couldn't.
So here we are. We got two people that like RJ and 2 people that like Cam better.
RJ's shot selection is horrible.
Oh, I don't disagree, but once he gets that jump shot, he's going to be the next Kevin Durant. You can quote me on that.
Now, of course, that's not the topic. We're talking about how Cam and RJ benefit off of Zion's loss. Of course, you don't want to think of it like that, but like when Zion goes down, now RJ and Cam are stepping up. Mm-hmm. And just like you all said,
Trey's stock might go up.
Trey's stock might go up. So they're stepping up. So Bax, where do you see this Duke team going now without Zion, and what's Cam and RJ going to have to do?
What they're going to have to do? Well, now RJ's your main ball handler. Like, plays go through RJ now. All Cam has to do is shoot the ball good.
Yeah.
That's all he has to do. Stand there. Don't stand, I'm not saying just stand there like be a robot. But, man, just when you get it, pull it, and hopefully you make it.
Yeah.
He's the Clay to the Warriors. If we're that comparison.
100%.
Yeah.
He just has to shoot the ball well. And if he shoots the ball well, like, without Zion, when he's back, he'll be a draft pick.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say Duke makes the Final Four. Zion chooses to stay out. Duke makes the Final Four still.
Okay.
Tough.
Do we, as fans of the college basketball and as fans of Zion Williamson, did we overrate what Zion Williamson actually meant to Duke if they still made the Final Four?
No. Zion's the best player in college basketball.
Yeah.
That just shows how stacked Duke is.
But did we overrate his meaning to Duke, though? If Duke can still do all this without Zion, because
did they need Zion? Is what you're trying to say? Did
they actually need Zion?
No, they didn't need Zion. No, they never needed Zion. Zion was like the cherry on top of like RJ and Cam.
I thought Cam was the cherry on top.
I think if they lost, it'd be bigger if Coach K got sick and he wasn't there during the Final Four. Because that's what happens. When you go deeper in March Madness, coaching's really what pushes players above the edge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you see Villanova and Jay Wright.
It's coaches and seniority.
Coaching and execution, too.
Yeah, for sure. And, of course, Zion gets hurt. And the whole talk in the NBA this week is lowering the draft age to 19 to 18.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that because of Zion?
Absolutely.
Yes, it has to be.
Isn't that a coincidence?
Has to be. It's the Zion effect, man.
It's the Zion effect.
Yeah.
19 to 18. Are you for it? Yes or no?
Yes, I'm for it.
It should have been that way.
Always should have been that way.
If you can hoop, get up there.
Yeah, they never should have changed it.
I'll also go on record and say this. They need to go back to 2009 to where if a player doesn't get drafted, he can go back to college.
They did. Didn't they put that in?
If you don't hire an agent, you can go back to
Schofield.
college.
That happened to Schofield. He went and he did the whole combine stuff, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then he went back.
As long as you don't hire an agent.
No, in 2009 you could have went to the draft, and if you didn't get drafted, you go back to college.
And Steve Kerr's a big guy on there. He wants that to happen big time.
Yeah,
that's already happened.
Yeah, but I totally agree. I don't think they ever should have taken that out about coming from high school to the NBA. If you can hoop, go get your meal.
Get
your meal.
Get your bag.
Put food on the table. Feed your family. Go get your meal.
I feel like they did that to help the NCAA and its competitiveness. And it's a scam. And NCAA has so many flaws in its system. For instance, $3,000 a ticket is how much that game sold for.
Yeah. Because
the former president, Barack Obama, was in attendance.
Yeah.
And not a single player on that court. Also, I'll add this. North Carolina's coach was in 2 commercials during that game.
Yeah.
And not a single player on that court got paid for that. The coach got paid for that. Why does the coach get to receive money for his players representing him well?
That's a good point. And of course, you've heard what NBA players had to say about one of them, DeMarcus Cousins. You know what he knows about the NCAA now. He told Zion just to sit out. The whole NCAA is a scam, and a lot of NBA players are following DeMarcus Cousins' lead and just telling him, like, yo, Zion, just sit out, man. Wait until draft day. And, you know, bringing up those NBA players, let's get right into our NBA segment now with the NBA Finals stretch. And the Lakers right now are sitting 10th place in the Western Conference. They may miss the playoffs, and who would have thought LeBron James misses the playoffs after seeing him in I think, 9 straight finals? Yep. 9 straight finals now.
Maybe I was hoping for it, not that I expected.
So you was hoping LeBron missed the playoffs. Keenan.
Yes, sir.
You know, of course, LeBron has activated playoff mode.
He said
he activated playoff mode. Do you see the Lakers making a push and get into the playoffs?
I see them making a push, but, I mean, the 2 teams in front of them are young and hungry, especially the Kings. I think the Kings look really good. They pushed the Warriors the other night to almost beating them. Except Buddy Hield, you know, if their coach didn't get onto him about taking that deep 3, he probably would have hit that game-winning shot. But, I mean, unless Lonzo Ball comes back, the Lakers aren't making the playoffs.
Yo, Buddy was hot that night.
Yeah.
Buddy was hot that night. James, what do you think?
I don't think either team that's in front of them can stop them from getting in. I think their biggest threat is who's on their heels, the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves wake up, and Karl-Anthony Towns realizes what he can do as a basketball player. Like Jimmy Butler's been telling them all the beginning of the season. And Andrew Wiggins starts to shoot the ball like he used to.
Andrew Wiggins is that a bust.
A bust?
A bust.
Tough.
I mean, yeah. You can. I mean, the way he's playing right now, he's not playing like he was rated coming out of college. Yeah. I would agree with that. But if he can play like he's supposed to play, like they stop being little babies, they can maybe take that spot from the Lakers.
Yeah, that's true. Max, do you think the Lakers make the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's basically betting against, we like to mention him, Tom Brady. LeBron, if you, honestly, if you can look me in the eyes, no hesitation, you put your next paycheck that LeBron's going to miss the playoffs, we can take that. Because LeBron is the greatest player of all time, and he's going to push these kids to the playoffs.
Okay, but for me, best case scenario, they make the playoffs. The Lakers make the playoffs.
They get beat by the
They
Warriors.
Get swept by the Warriors. What was the point of going? Go get a lottery pick.
But well, you want the tank?
Not tank.
What? It's too late to tank.
Yeah, it's too late to tank.
But
what if they grab the 7th seed though and faced either the Denver Nuggets or the Oklahoma City Thunder? That's a series.
Because I can see the Spurs slipping out of that.
Yeah, I can too.
I don't.
I see
Absolutely not.
Yeah. The Los Angeles Clippers right now are 8th spot in the Western Conference. I think they slip out of it. We've already seen that they don't really care about the playoffs. They traded away Tobias Harris. You know, they don't really care about the playoffs. They're focused on the future. That's why they got those draft picks. The Kings, I think the Kings are going to slip up.
They're hungry.
Yeah, I can see that.
The Kings are hungry.
They're young.
But LeBron knows what to do down the stretch. I think LeBron will get in as either the 7th or the 8th seed. But if he gets the 8th seed, it's one and done. You're out. You're out first round against the Warriors. You're probably going to get swept again.
He's one and done either way.
You think he's one and done even if he faces Denver or OKC?
Yeah.
That's a tough matchup.
I honestly think so too. And I think especially if he goes against the Warriors and gets swept, I think that it tarnishes his legacy even more than it already has been.
He's set up so many games.
Because of how many times he's already lost to the Warriors.
Yeah. That's a tough team.
It's a very, very
defensively. If the Lakers don't turn around defensively, they're not making it.
So real quick, let me ask around the table just to give a quick take. What's better for LeBron, missing the playoffs or getting swept first round?
Missing the playoffs.
Missing the playoffs.
Missing the playoffs would be a lot better because he could be like, well, I sat out 5 games.
Right, and my team wasn't there.
Yeah, they were actually the 4th seed until he sat out.
Yeah, right. And, of course, you know, as Max said, LeBron James, you can't doubt him because he's one of the best players of all time. Now we have coming onto the show our FaceTime guest, Andrew Swann, who will explain to you why he also thinks LeBron James is the best player of all time. We have our guest through FaceTime now. Andrew Swann is who the random guest caller was, picked on Twitter. Andrew, welcome to the show, man. I know you're a big LeBron fan. You got a lot to say about LeBron. Welcome, Andrew.
All right. Well, what's up, guys? First off, I'd like to say, greatest player of all time, undebatable. You can't put anybody above him, first and foremost.
Who?
LeBron.
Oh, good.
What makes you say that, Andrew? What makes you say that?
Well, you see, he does everything at a level better than anybody else.
Okay.
Hey, some people, people like Jordan and Kobe can score better.
Obviously.
You could argue Jordan plays a little bit better defense, but LeBron can't rebound like LeBron. LeBron out assists Jordan. He affects the game in multiple ways better than any other player in the game.
Yeah, so let's go around the table real quick. Keenan, who's your greatest player of all time?
LeBron.
James?
I thought you were going to say something else. Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. What do you think, Max?
You said Michael Jordan?
Yeah, I was gonna
He
say
said Michael Jordan.
You said Michael Jordan? Last like Cavs stint, yeah, LeBron.
I gotta say LeBron, and LeBron really solidified himself
I'm
for
on
me.
the wrong podcast.
All right, man. All right, sit down and listen. LeBron really solidified himself for me as the greatest player in 2016 when he led the Cavs back 3-1 against the Warriors, the greatest team of all time, 73-9.
That was an arguable comeback.
And they came back against the Warriors, won that championship, and that put him number one for me.
Yeah.
I mean, when you do that against the greatest team of all time, he doesn't have the best finals record, but the things he does in a game, who are you going to take to build your team around? Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
Michael Jordan.
LeBron James.
No way. LeBron James, 100%.
So, Andrew, you're saying you take LeBron.
Yeah.
So why are you taking LeBron over Michael Jordan to build your team around?
Because, we saw who he took to the finals with last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
His second best player was Kevin Love, who's arguably hurt. Third best player was J.R. Smith.
Yeah.
Jordan went 1-9 in the playoffs without another Hall of Fame running mate.
That's a good
1-9. What do you mean 1-9?
He went 1-9.
Started off his season 1-9 in the playoffs without Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, and a lot of people that argue Jordan's better than LeBron don't know that. And just to make that clear, Andrew said Michael Jordan went 1-9 in the playoffs before the Bulls grabbed Scottie Pippen, and the Bulls traded up to get Scottie Pippen too. LeBron talks about making all these, or people talk about, LeBron made all these super teams and everything. Andrew, me and you've had this talk before. Tell us a little bit about Michael Jordan's super teams and what you've seen.
Look at the two best players Jordan played with. Was the guy they traded for with Scottie Pippen through the draft, and the guy they signed through free agency, and Dennis Rodman. Most NBA championship teams are a super team.
100%.
In some way,
You have to have at least two players.
100%.
Or sign a free agent that put them over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And of course, a lot of people like to say Ray Allen bailed LeBron out
Absolutely.
in 2013.
Absolutely.
And then
Steve Kerr.
There's no question.
Hey, hold on, let me get to you real quick. So Ray Allen bailed LeBron out in 2013 in that Game 6 NBA Finals against the San Antonio Spurs.
Watched it.
And then Kyrie Irving, of course, after the block LeBron James pulled off on Andre Iguodala, Kyrie Irving bailed out LeBron in the 2016 NBA Finals where he hit the game-winning shot against Steph Curry.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
So when people use that, when they're arguing with you, what do you come back with?
Steve Kerr hit one of the finals. And,
Okay.
John Paxson, who is arguably at least the third best
I was
point
gonna
guard
say.
that Jordan played with, hit one I think it was the 92 finals, if I'm being exact. 92 or 93.
Okay.
So,
Okay, James has something to say. What's up, James?
Steve Kerr did hit that shot to win that game in the playoffs, but it wasn't a game that they would have been kicked out or lost and went home like it was for the Heat when Ray Allen hit that three.
That is true.
Ray Allen doesn't hit
But
that
it
three,
was
they
to
automatically
win
go
the
home.
finals,
Steve
right?
Kerr doesn't hit that three, they go to another game.
That is true. But I think what Andrew's trying to say is, Jordan had players bail him out too, as well.
Oh, he
as,
wasn't perfect. I'm not gonna say he was
Jordan wasn't perfect, but Jordan, I mean, at the end of the day, Jordan was the ultimate winner in basketball.
Right.
Now, if you're going, who's the greatest winner of all time, I'm taking Michael Jordan.
That's what I'm saying. You can't be the greatest without winning the most. Like,
But you can be the greatest player and still not be the greatest winner.
I don't think you can be you can be a great basketball player. Like Kevin Durant's a great basketball player, but he's not going to be remembered as one of the greatest because he kept hopping teams, and he's probably going to hop teams again in the next couple years, as we're going to see. But for Michael Jordan to have been 6 for 6 in the playoffs, no game sevens for one organization, and then to leave in his prime to where he could have got maybe 9 for 9. Someone like LeBron, who's been 10 plus times and only has 2, 3. Sorry.
Tough.
I didn't mean to take one of those away. You know what I mean? It's tough to compare the dominance in that sport at the time. You know what I mean? It's like Tom Brady is dominating NFL right now he's been doing it for the last 10 years. Michael Jordan was that dominance in the NBA when he was in the NBA.
Okay, so is Tim Duncan better than LeBron?
No.
Damn, you just had it there, Tim Duncan.
I'm just saying, like, if you want to go that route and dominating and winning, Tim Duncan, is unrivaled too.
Yeah.
Are we 100% sure that Jordan wins those two finals the finals those 2 years he was out?
Not 100%, but it would be like Kevin Durant walking away from the game right now. He was fresh off of an NBA championship. What was he? Not 30 yet?
He's not even 30 yet.
And walks away from the game of basketball.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I know for a fact there was one team who had a winning record over the Bulls throughout Jordan's era in the 90s, and that was the Houston Rockets, who made it those 2 years that Jordan was out. So I would feel confident in saying that Rockets team would be able to beat Jordan in a 7-game series. If not both years, at least 1 year.
Yeah, I'm not saying he would have automatically walked away with 9 championships. I'm saying he possibly could have had 8 to 9 championships if he would have continued the dominance and added maybe a couple more players to that team.
Now, let me ask everyone right here this, though. If LeBron James faced Michael Jordan's competition in the NBA Finals, what will LeBron James' record be then?
Honestly, I think the physicality would be up, which would benefit LeBron.
Yeah.
So I think he would have a little more championships, but I don't know if he would have 6. I think he would have at least he'd have to have 5.
Yeah. I think he'd have a handful of rings right now.
He'd have more rings than he does now.
He would have way more than he does now.
What's up, Andrew?
Which LeBron team though? Because like we said, Jordan had one of the greatest teams ever around him playing against those teams.
Well, I think you're going to take the Miami Heat era.
Yeah,
you take the Miami Heat era.
That's peak
Miami Heat era. If he played the same number of championships he's played in, just the caliber of teams, he wins all of them.
You think he goes undefeated?
Goes undefeated.
But does he? But does he go? Okay, you get that Heat team, the same conference as that Bulls team. Like,
yeah, they're both
is he making 9 straight finals, even with MJ playing against? He's meeting MJ every year, probably.
Right.
I think that Miami Heat team beats the Chicago Bulls team that Jordan had. In a 7-game series?
Absolutely
in
not.
a 7-game series?
No, not with physicality up. In today's rules, maybe. In 90s rules, no.
Let me backtrack. 91 to 93. I say 91 to 93 Chicago Bulls. I think the 2012, 2013 Miami Heat beat that Chicago Bulls team. But if you're taking 96 to 98,
well, yeah, of course you're taking 96, 98. You're not taking LeBron's worst year that he went to the playoffs.
This is what I'm saying. If you're taking the 96, 98 team though against the 2012, 2013 Miami Heat, then I'm taking the Chicago Bulls.
Okay. That's what I was assuming.
Then I'm taking the Chicago Bulls. But I still think it will be a 7-game series with the Chicago Bulls
it'd be awesome.
and the Miami Heat with LeBron James.
It'd be one of the greatest series, honestly.
There wasn't another great team in the East throughout that time period.
There wasn't another great team throughout LeBron's period either.
I mean, you had the Boston Celtics.
With the Heat, I think his biggest was the Pacers.
The Pacers were a really good basketball team. And you're seeing that now with the way Paul George is playing at an MVP level. He wasn't there yet when LeBron was in Miami, but they were a good team.
Yeah,
they had a lot of pieces, but they weren't.
Roy, who was building around, that was a solid team.
Yeah.
The Celtics had them down 3-2 in 2013. 2012, 2013.
Yeah, so they faced the Celtics and the Pacers. I mean, they were both really tough.
Celtics were on the heels of, like, they were going out into retirement almost. All
yeah,
those
they
guys
were
on the
old.
Celtics.
They were like that was the old team.
Yeah, and it's crazy because when you're comparing Michael Jordan and LeBron James, what you automatically think of is postseason.
Yeah.
Because obviously, that's what people remember.
Right.
But, like, I don't know, man. LeBron, as a player, like, that just goes back to Jordan is the greatest winner, but LeBron is the greatest player just because he's more physical, he's faster, he's taller, he's bigger. He has an outside shot. Jordan didn't even have an outside shot. I mean, he did some seasons, but LeBron, they want to bag on his, or they want to talk, throw shade on his outside shot, but he has a better 3-point percentage than Jordan did.
Okay, the 3-point line was newer to Jordan than it is now.
It was also shorter.
It was also shorter. And to prove it, to see the flip side of that coin, Jordan did all that without a 3-point shot. Yeah. Ben Simmons doesn't have a 3-point shot. He's not doing what MJ's doing.
But LeBron doesn't rely on his 3-point shot.
That's what I'm saying. MJ didn't need a 3-point shot to be great.
Neither does LeBron.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Without a 3-point shot, LeBron is a big Ben Simmons.
He's a big Ben Simmons. I'm saying
he takes over and dominates the basketball game more.
Yeah, he can dominate the ball with helping other people, with assisting, with rebounding, but without a 3-point shot, he takes away his...
You take away LeBron from any team he's like ever been on, they're nothing.
But isn't it what you just said, his assisting, rebounding, defense, whatever else, doesn't that make players around him better?
Yeah.
It does. But without a 3-point shot, they don't win championships.
I disagree with that.
They don't win championships.
I disagree with that. Shot. Andrew, what do you think? What do you think about James's take?
In today's game, they don't.
In today's game,
He went to the 2007 playoffs, or to the 2007 finals, without the 3-point shot. His 3-point shot was something he developed later in his career, once he had Miami and after. So, and we can all agree that 2007 Cavs team was hot garbage. There was no one good other than LeBron James on it.
When Eric Snow's
so if you give him Dwayne Wade and he's still not able to shoot, I'll say they win a championship.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, who won a championship?
Who'd you say?
I said if you give him any other player like a Dwayne Wade, with LeBron not being able to shoot, he would still win a championship.
Yeah.
Man, I don't think he'd be the greatest of all time. He wouldn't be the star player without his 3-point shot.
And of course,
not in today's league.
Yeah, yeah. And we all have our own opinion, and this debate can go for a whole show, then some.
Obviously.
But we're going to have to end it right here because we got to get on to our next segment. And, of course, we threw it back to the past with Michael Jordan talking about his playoff series. And, Andrew, first, we want to thank you for joining the show.
Thanks, Andrew.
Appreciate it.
And giving us your take about LeBron James. Let us know what you all think about the LeBron James versus Michael Jordan. Of course, some of us say LeBron on the show, and we have one, I think, that says Michael Jordan. Just one
smart person on the show
that thinks Michael Jordan is better than LeBron.
He's an old head.
Thank you, Andrew. Now let's stay in the past now with our next segment, brand new for you all, called Bounce Back to the Past. The new segment on the Bounce Back podcast where we're bouncing back to some high school highlights of current NBA players and going to debate which one was better. Today we have for you John Wall and Kyrie Irving. First up, Kyrie, run it, James. Let's watch this.
So Kyrie's always had sick handles.
He's got the handles.
Yep.
For sure. 90% of this highlight tape is handles.
I mean, that's
for good reason.
Yeah, that's what he has a show for.
Yeah.
For sure.
He's not a dunker.
Well,
you said what?
You said what?
He got one.
He got some bounce, and he's also has creative finishes.
Kyrie could have went straight to the league out of high school.
Oh yeah,
John Wall.
You think so?
100%.
Yeah, he was.
That's small.
He got hurt at Duke.
He played 11 games at Duke. He basically did.
I mean, but the small frame, I think him building his maturity and his strength up is what helped him.
A lot of people don't want to go straight to the league.
I would have loved to see Kyrie actually play the whole season with Duke.
100%.
Like, for real. Okay, snap.
that was
all right, let's cross him out. Kyrie, you get out of here, man. We got to bring up John Wall. John Wall probably has one of the best mixtapes, high school mixtapes. Ever.
Yeah.
I mean, if you haven't seen it, here's some clips. Let's go, James. Let's run it. Just a sham god.
Yeah, I mean, he was just a showman. Like, he gave people what they wanted to see when they came and bought a ticket to see John Wall.
He's just showing off, man. He really is.
James, you was around in LA when this was going on, right?
Yeah.
Well, this was in North Carolina. John Wall went to.
I'm thinking. I really just thought of somebody. Who was I thinking of?
DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan has another nasty mixtape.
That is a nasty one.
I was really thinking of DeMar DeRozan.
He's doing it all. He's doing it all for his team.
Yeah, he has bound. Oh my gosh,
that was nasty.
He's getting to the basket.
That's top 10, one of the best.
It sucks that he's been hurt so much in the NBA.
Yeah, because I mean, you're an NBA scout going to these games and looking at his potential right now.
Number one.
Is it his knee?
He's had knee surgery a few times, and now his Achilles.
He might just slow down the game, man.
He might have to develop an outside shot now.
Just do something.
Which he's always struggled with. But his passing ability is still up there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're an NBA scout and you're going, or not, a college scout, and you're going, I mean, I guess the NBA scouts are seeing this too.
Oh, yeah,
back in 2009, and you're seeing this, you're automatically thinking, that's my guy.
Yeah.
We're going to take him for him next year.
That's my guy. I mean, that's what they did with Zion.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that's my guy. I mean, John Wall's dirty.
It's like John Wall's just a better version of Monte Ellis.
So real quick, I mean,
that's disrespectful.
It's not though.
That's not that disrespectful.
It's really not. Like, I mean, Monte Ellis was
the real deal.
Good.
You know,
especially when he was with the Warriors.
Monte Ellis probably has a better shot if we're gonna be honest.
That's it. That's it.
No, all these like fancy layups and stuff.
That's what he means, like the creativity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
he does it better than Monte Ellis.
Real quick, which one did you like better, John Wall or Kyrie?
John Wall.
John Wall.
John Wall.
I don't know why we actually compared the two, but we had to compare somebody. But I think John Wall is like the GOAT. High school mixtape. We'll try. We'll do some searching for you. We'll try to find someone just as good, which is going to be hard, but we'll try. If you have any suggestions, let us know for sure.
We always love comments.
Yeah, we always love comments. We appreciate that. So, final segment of the show, as always, the 2-minute rundown. We have Max back this time, so we might not make it. We succeeded last time.
Dang,
barely, yeah.
Max, let's get through this. All right. First question. Tennessee loses 2 of 3 games, both to ranked opponents. Should Tennessee fans be worried?
No, they were both on the road.
Yes, they've only won 1 ranked game this year.
I agree. I'm with James.
You think we should be worried?
Yeah.
No. I'm worried right now, but we shouldn't be worried.
Okay. Number 2, what have you seen from LeBron's playoff modes so far?
That he doesn't get back on transition defense.
Okay.
That was funny. I saw his new shoes. Those are pretty cool. Nothing else really stood out to me.
He can't really throw an alley-oop.
Nope.
So
This is all pretty negative. I'm giving him some negative stuff too. He just got clapped by the Pelicans, so not really.
Without Anthony Davis.
Clap. But they still make the playoffs.
Drew Holiday gave it to him.
Shout out to Drew Holiday.
10,000 points in his career.
Oh yeah, shout out Drew
I
Holiday.
think Julius Randle had a
That's a good
crazy
milestone.
game.
Okay, who is your NBA MVP right now?
Giannis.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Go.
Right now.
Okay, go.
Paul George. Dang it. I wanted
Paul
to do that.
George.
I was
Paul
surprised
George.
if you
Yeah,
would say
Paul George. Number 4, Manny Machado signs a 10-year, $300 million deal. Is that too much?
Yeah. He's not like gonna change and make him a championship caliber team.
Yeah, I think it's too much.
I mean, I think you get as much. I mean, Machado. I'm not mad at him. He needs to get.
No,
as
I'm
much
not
money
mad
as
at
he
him,
can.
but like,
That's a lot of money, but get your bag.
Get your bag.
Yeah, for
Secure
sure.
it.
Okay, is Lionel Messi the greatest soccer player of all time?
yes.
Ronaldo.
I'm taking Messi.
I'm taking Messi.
I'm taking
Messi,
Ronaldo.
for
Ronaldo's
sure.
faster. He's more agile.
Last question.
Come on, man. Lead him.
Offset just dropped his solo album. In that case, who had the best solo album of Migos?
They're all trash.
I can't tell them apart.
I like trap rap. I'm saying Offset.
I
I'm
can't tell
saying
them apart.
Offset.
I
But
like
I don't know how
they're all
anyone
trash.
can tell them apart.
We go.
Oh man.
Hey,
oh, man.
I know the Beagles usually watch this. They're,
All right.
they're consistent viewers.
Sorry about that, Offset.
That's it for the 2-minute rundown, and that's it for the Bounce Back Podcast, episode 6, The Zion Effect. Make sure you subscribe to the Bounce Back Podcast. We always appreciate you all tuning in. Get a little tongue-tied there. Thank you all so much for joining us, and join us next time. We out. Thank you. Woo! Paper.
I did.
Last night took a L, but tonight I bounce back.